Hey, vinyl community. Welcome back to the Vinyl Countdown. I'm Peaches, and this is episode 8. I don't know if you had a chance to look at episode 7 there, but I went and did an entry for Ronnie's record room. He's got a nice little contest going on. It's called Just One More, so if you want to check out a contest or enter into a contest, go check out Ronnie and see what's up with this contest. Check out the rules. All right. How are you guys doing? I know I look a little bit different today without my leather hat on, but I decided to sport the five-finger death punch do-rag with the Janis Joplin locks down the side. And then we did go see Nickelback in Milwaukee, and so yeah, I'm just gonna sport a little different look today. I'm feeling a little more loose, and it's all because of you guys. I appreciate it. All right, what are we gonna do in today's episode? We are going to do, how about let's start out with a little simple math. Why not get a little educated while you're looking at records on Peach's little vinyl countdown? How about that? All right, and then secondly, we'll go into how about a couple of recent pickups that we made at the record store. New records. Re-releases. A little bit of this and that. All right? And then let's do show and tell. Show and tell on the Vinyl Countdown is my favorite little segment, and you guys know it. And then after show and tell, let's do the HIJ of my 80s metal collection. And it's going to be a big episode because I got a stack of records here that's like 3 inches high. So without further ado, let's get at it. Let me grab just a little bit more, little diesel fuel. Little nummy tidbits, okay? All right, first up, simple math. All right, let's do a little simple math. You guys got your thinking caps on? All right, let's do this. Here's the problem. I had a dozen hot wings for lunch. All right. Plus, I don't have a gallbladder. What are the chances of me having to get up in the middle of this video to go use the bathroom? I don't know. Let's find out. All right. Enough fooling around. Okay. What did we pick up at the record store? I'm sorry if that wasn't funny. What did we pick up at the record store recently? How about this one? Matchbox 20. You know, I may not be super talented, but I think I can pick out a good front man. Rob Thomas, Matchbox 20. You can't go wrong. This album was massive. Just huge. Yeah. I wore this out on CD. I swear to God, when it came out, I wasted it on CD. I listened to it like 1.83 million times. Yeah. But it's, yeah. Matchbox 20. Yourself and Someone Like You. 20th Anniversary Edition. Diamond Certified Debut Album. Pressed on red vinyl. You know, I don't know if you guys get off on that, but it couldn't get any more red than this. This is... Put your eyes up to a jar of maraschino cherries, and that's what you're going to get with this one. The only problem is, I wasn't impressed with the pressing. The beginning and the between the songs, it was a little bit noisy for me. A little bit noisy. For virgin vinyl, yeah, it was a little bit noisy. But that might just be my copy. No, I'm not going to take it back to the store. It's not that bad. But I would have expected maybe just a little bit better. It is worth getting. Don't shut it down because of that, you know. But you know, there's a lot of records out there. Like there's a lot of new re-releases like that. They come scuffed, they come warped, they come, you know, noisy, whatever. I mean, every time I open up one of these new releases, it's got like 8.3. I'm going to use those decimal points again. 8.3 pounds of dust in the grooves that you have to dig out before you actually put it on the record. you know, which I do not agree with. It's like, you know, pressing plants, there's a thing called an air hose. Okay? Blow the air hose on it. Get a filter. You don't have to worry about impurities in the air. They make air filters. Okay? I worked in manufacturing before. Okay? Yeah. Okay, what else did we get? How about a little Alanis Morissette? Ooh, nice. Alanis Morissette. Oh, yummy. Yeah, we just picked her up at the record store. And, yeah, Jagged Little Pill. You remember that song? She's got a style of her own. You know, it's a little crackly in the voice there, you know, like, but it's a style. It's a style. We can't put it down for that. She's got an amazing voice. It's like probably like a regional thing with that accent and all that stuff. But yeah, I think it's a must-have, especially for the girls. A lot of the girls like Alanis Morissette. I know a lot of guys do too, but man, she really killed it. She killed it when that came out, definitely. But yeah, okay, those are two pickups that we recently got at the record store. I would totally suggest both of them. They're good stuff that might be missing from your newer vinyl that you might want to check out. All right. Next up, show and tell. Love show and tell. Let's clear a little spot up here and get these out of the way. It's kind of big, so. All right. Here's a little project that my wife and I made. We call it Ticket Window. I'll just see if you can get a good look at it. But yeah, we decided to do a little project for, you know, it's like, hey, I'd like to pull these, you know, we'd like to pull these tickets out of the little, you know, box that we had and display them somewhere. What could we do? So we went down to the workshop in the basement, and this was, you know, a few years ago. And we came up with this. It's an old window that we picked up from somebody's barn. And then we took and we put a few layers of paint on it, let it dry, then we distressed it with a random orbital sander. And then I went and cut these little wood strips to make the bars in the windows, because, you know, it looks like an old-fashioned ticket window, like from way back in the day, you know, like when Cherry Coke came out. Yeah. And so we glued that onto the glass, and then we just got a piece of cardboard and kind of painted the cardboard a little bit. And then we stuck all these tickets inside the ticket window. How cool, right? And it really looks cool on the wall. I'm serious. You guys might want to try to make one of these. But it's just this cool thing that we made together, me and the wife. A project. But it's got, most of these are all her tickets from way back in the day. You know, these are like originals from like Motley Crue and Skid Row and a whole bunch of other bands in there. And this isn't even all of them. There's a ton more in a box that she wants to stuff more in here. So we're gonna have to tackle that someday. But I thought you guys might like that. Ticket window. Cool. It's super easy to make too. I'm telling you, I think we made it in 2 hours. You know, 2 hours minus, you know, don't count the paint drying time. You know, we use spray paint. It got dry pretty quick, but you still it gets tacky. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go over the H and the I and the J of my metal collection. How's that sound? Or I should say, how does that look? Little Sammy Hagar action. Oh yeah. This is a good one. Get in the car. Throw it in the player. Roll down the windows. Go down the highway. Put this, I'm telling you, it's good highway music. Sammy Hagar. This is probably, I would think, one of Sammy Hagar's better albums. That's just my deal. My deal. Don't listen to Sammy Hagar a lot, but. And here's one. We're out at I think we were down by Madison somewhere, or just a small town, Waterville or Watertown or something like that. And we went, and this guy had a little antique store, and upstairs there was he had a bunch of records, still sealed. Still sealed, original copy of Sammy Hagar. Hello. That's some good stuff. Good stuff right there. Still sealed. Haven't opened it up. What do you guys think of this one? You like it? I don't know. I haven't played it. But what's really nice is we can look this stuff up nowadays and get little references. Even when we're out looking for records, don't be afraid to grab your smartphone and just and check out the album before you buy it. That's what we do if we get service. All right, you guys remember this one? Sammy Hagar. Woo-wee. Talk about cherry red. Yes, Sammy Hagar. What's that song? I can't remember right now. Never mind. I'm daydreaming here. Oh, here's another one. We got actually 2 copies of that other Sammy Hagar. One for playing, and the other one is for playing too. I don't know. I got duplicates of a lot of stuff. I got a whole pile back here of duplicates. I mean, it's like, 6 inches high. And there's a couple of good ones in there, but it's mostly hair metal. Just stuff that I just can't resist. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to grab it while I can. All right. That's it for Sammy Hagar. Sammy Hagar is one of those guys, he was the second front man for Van Halen. And he had a huge career before he did that. And then he went into Van Halen. And I don't know, but this is another huge thing for the vinyl community. Do you like Lee Roth or do you like the Hagar Van Halen? They're both good to me. They're both good, and I'm not being neutral on purpose. Okay, I'm not being neutral to just be neutral. I like both of them, and here's why. When David Lee Roth became the front man for Van Halen right off the bat, they wrote the book for hair metal. They were part of the chemistry, and they were the chemists that said rock and roll should be fun. Metal should have leave a really good taste in your mouth, and we're going to do that. And we're going to fly through the air, and we're going to jump up and down, and we're going to sing great music, and we're going to do all this stuff, and we're going to write the book. That's the Van Halen that I remember. Okay? Now, Sammy Hagar gets thrown into the picture for Van Halen, and suddenly, and here's why I like him as well. Suddenly, Van Halen kind of grew up and got serious about what they were doing. And they started writing seriously good music. And, when that happened, nobody knew if there was room for Van Halen to grow any more than they already grew. But little did we know that there was whole other side to Van Halen. There was a whole other serious good side to Van Halen, which Sammy Hagar brought to the table. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. And it'll fit in the gumball machine too. All right, that's enough for Sammy Hagar. Up next, everybody knows these guys. These guys were on the Sunset Strip, kicking it down with everybody else. Yes, it's Hanoi Rocks. Hanoi Rocks had the unfortunate deal of losing one of their members, because I don't know if you remember this, but they lost one of their members to a car accident with Vince Neil from Motley Crue. Way back in the day, when these guys had signed their first huge record deals, they went out and they got all this money, and then they went out and bought fancy sports cars. And from what the documentary says, Vince Neil took this guy, I can't remember his name, from Hanoi Rocks, and they went down. They ran out of booze. And they went down to a liquor store just down the road from their big house where they were staying, and they got in a huge car accident, and unfortunately one of the guys from this band died in that accident. But you can go on TV and look up on YouTube. There's a few really good 80s metal documentaries. You know, it's when metal ruled the earth or ruled the world. Go on YouTube and look for a couple of those, and they're, you know, average about an hour long, and you can see one of these documentaries about the 80s and what happened with music. I mean, it's the best thing to do is to go check them out. Here's another one. Hanoi Rocks. Little racy on the back. Little racy. Yeah, Hanoi Rocks. They were down on the strip. They were down there with Poison and Motley Crue and all those other guys beating down doors of clubs, you know, like the Whiskey A Go Go and the Rainbow Room and all those other guys, you know, those clubs, trying to get their name out there. These guys didn't slough off. But, you know, they're a big essential part of the 80s, but not a lot of people know about Hanoi Rocks. Mostly if you grew up in the day, you know about them. Give them a listen. See what you think. All right, that is done. We're done with the H's. We're done with the H's. Let me grab a little bit more diesel fuel. All right, on to the I's. I don't buy into these guys too much. I won't go down the rabbit hole. But if I run into an amazing deal, I'll grab it. I will grab it. And I'm not saying anything bad about them. Iron Maiden. This is an original copy. Okay? This was part of the group that I got. I told you about the Craigslist ad a couple weeks ago where I got Anthrax, Guns N' Roses Lies. Yeah, this one was in there. Original copy. Iron Maiden, you know, I never really got into them. And I don't think I'm going to get into them as far as buying their stuff, because they remind me of Kiss. I'm sorry. They remind me of Kiss in the way that, you know, in order to be a satisfied customer, you should probably buy $8.3 million. There's my decimal point again. $8.3 million worth of product. You know, hey, let's come out with another album that has red polka dots on it and everyone will buy it from us. That's kind of how I feel about that. But, you know, I just don't, it's not part of me. But please don't be offended. You know what I'm saying? They're not a bad band. I'm not saying anything bad about them. But, you know, I run into these things once in a while. This is another original copy. Okay? It's in great shape. And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole and spend thousands of dollars on stuff from them. But I will buy it if I find it for a good deal. But they're one of those infamous bands. You know, late 70s, 80s, all the way through, tons and tons of albums, tons and tons of performances. Probably one of the top bands that the world loves. Iron Maiden. The artwork on these albums is amazing. I would love to be the guy that does the drawings for these albums. Definitely. All right, that's all I have for Iron Maiden. Sorry. Sorry. I hope you understand. But who's the next big guy on the block? Yeah, Judas Priest. If you don't know this, the word on the street is that Judas Priest is coming to Green Bay, Wisconsin in April of 2018. It's March or April. of 2018. And we don't even know if tickets are on sale yet. But that's the word on the street. I could be wrong. Judas Priest. I mean, what do you need to say about Judas Priest? But awesome. Awesome. That Helfer guy. Oh, a few videos ago, I showed you a new release, a re-release from Skid Row that had those cover tunes on it. The one that's called Beside Ourselves. He sings a song with that Rob Halford on that record. It's a duet. I'm not kidding. So if you want to hear Sebastian Bach and this guy go at it on stage, pick up that Skid Row Beside Ourselves. It just got re-released. Here's one that I really like. You don't see, I only saw this once in the wild and I jumped at it. One of these guys that we know that has a little record store hidden away in a cave. That's not out for, it's not on the street. It's a cave. And he says, hey, take this one home. And I'm like, yes, sir. Judas Priest live. Oh my goodness. If you guys don't have this, you got to get it. Got to get it. So many good songs on here from Judas Priest. Look at that gatefold. Yes, sir, Bob. I really enjoy this. This is probably some of my favorite listening of Judas Priest. Just look it up on your phone, look up the song list, and imagine total awesomeness. Okay, that's all you gotta do. This one, on the other hand, very rare to find this one, from what I understand. The one with the actual Coke bottle top on it. Rock and Roll Cola, Si Me Somo Solo. Judas Priest. There was 2 renditions of this cover, as far as I know. And, oh, here's it's the next one in line. Here, I'll show you. Okay. Here's the Rockarola that's supposed to be really hard to find. Okay. I showed you the front and the back. Here is another version of Rockarola. This is supposedly the more common one. I've seen this one twice in the wild. Okay. With that on the front. And I saw this one once in the wild. And we picked it up right away. Garage sale. $2. I remember it well. I walked into this guy's garage and, oh, the records are right over in that tub. I picked out like a dozen of them. One of the records that I picked up at the garage sale, along with this one, was the, was this one. You guys know that one. There's steel. Top notch. Top notch Judas Priest right there. A lot of this stuff is getting re-released right now. You guys can probably go down to the store and find it new. Maybe not this one, but the rest of them probably. And along with that, I got a mint condition in the cellophane, still had the hype sticker on it, Motley Crue, oh my God, I'm having a blank. Oh, Theater of Pain. You know, with the 2 faces on it? And the ribbons or whatever? Yeah, Theater of Pain. Mint, original copy. It was absolute. It's like you just bought it and it was original. I was like, and I got that at the garage sale as well. I keep in contact with that guy once in a while, because I don't know, he just got some awesome stuff. Here's another. Here's another Judas Priest. You know, it'd probably take about 3 weeks to listen to all these, all these Judas Priest albums. I'm telling you. Here's another one of my personal faves, right here. Yes, Hellbent for Leather. Quite good old chap. I want them shades, big time. Hellbent for Leather is really good. I love this album. It is really good to listen to. I mean, he was cranked up. Can I be your turbo lover? Turbo lover. You bet. Now, some people say that this one isn't as great. I like it. I like it a lot. Those colors on there. I love that artwork. See how shiny that is? It's like this really wet look. It's really cool. Here's another bad boy. Unleashed in the East. It's kind of like that Dokken album. Original copy. I got it about a half a mile from my house at a garage sale. It's in pretty good shape. Original copy. All of these Judas Priest are original copies. Here's another one. Judas Priest. Oh, the wife and I both like them. And we just kept running into them, one after the other, and I do not regret picking them up at all. I don't even know if we have all. I don't even think we have all of them, but we have a lot of them. There's another one. Judas Priest, like I said, what do we need to say? Talk about one of the world's best frontmen. Again, it's the frontman. It's, to me, that's a huge deal about a band, is the frontman. If you don't have the frontman, you don't have a band. That's just my opinion. You know, you can look at Motley Crue and go, what? Vince Neil, not so much. You know, I'm a huge, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Motley Crue fan. Love Motley Crue, grew up with Motley Crue. Motley Crue was in my lunchbox every day, so to speak. You know, along with my Twinkie and my sandwich. It was Motley Crue. But Vince Neil, sorry. He doesn't have it, and he never did, and he never will. I saw him in concert a while back. And this is what I'm trying to explain. These guys that should be retired, they should be retired for a reason. It's because they don't have a voice anymore. Their voice is gone. It's been used up. They sing 3 words and then nothing. And then they sing 3 words and then there's nothing. And then they sing 3 words and then they point the mic out like you should sing the rest of the song. And then they come back and sing 3 more words and shut it down again. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. And a lot of guys these days have that problem. But I don't think Judas Priest does. I think Rob's still kicking it. You know, and that's the difference between a good man and a bad front man. Like, you know, Sebastian Bach, he can get a little crazy on stage. Sebastian Bach is, to me, is one of the best in the world, but he gets a little crazy on stage. Like, it's like, let's back up, let's gather ourselves and be professional, you know? But that was all part of the fun too. It's like, how much can we lose it? How much can we lose it in concert? You know, it was all in good fun, and I was never disappointed. But yeah, the front man makes the band. Makes the band, definitely. Sure, I'm opinionated in this episode, ain't I? Am I digging up a little fireballs inside everybody? I hope not. It's all in good fun. We're the vinyl community, right? I'm new here, so I guess somebody's got to slap me around a little bit, right? Go ahead. I'll take it. Well, that wraps up episode 8 on the Vinyl Countdown. I'm Peaches, and I want you guys to have a great night. See ya.